I'm gonna walk from the place where I come from. Well, I'm gonna walk and leave you behind. I'm gonna walk 'cause you made me love you. I can't believe I go so far away, but it lets me ease my mind. At the mountain I let myself go. The mountain listens, the mountain knows. You're gonna walk 'cause you say you love me. You're gonna walk and leave me alone. I let you roam, you soon realize I've got another place to go. Can't believe I go so far away, but it lets me ease my mind. At the mountain I let myself go. The mountain listens, the mountain knows that you're no good for me. Well, you're no good for me. I trust the mountain, she gives me pride. Well, I speak to her like she's my bride. She doesn't play any games, she doesn't laugh at me. She just listens and she knows. I can't believe I go so far away, but it lets me ease my mind. At the mountain I let myself go. The mountain listens, the mountain knows. I can't believe I go so far away, but it lets me ease my mind. At the mountain I let myself go. The mountain listens, the mountain knows. Batman, Every day you ask yourself, did I give enough love? It's just a passing feeling, but it sure seems tough. You think about all the times you thought you'd give up, and then the feeling hits, so you make your own love. 'Cause you never really know how you can fly. 'Cause you never really know how hard you can try. And even though I'm miles away, I'll come along with you every day. I'll lead you through the dark, I'll be with you every step of the way. Walking through your mind, you see all the things that seem rough. You smile and laugh and play, but it's just not enough. The water's rising up again, and you just can't keep up. You give it a go one more time, and you pick yourself up. 'Cause you never really know how you can fly. 'Cause you never really know how hard you can try. Set the clock back just because you can. The days go by, you take it all in. The moment's here now, how do you begin? It's all too much, come and take my hand. You have to let go and know there's a plan. 'Cause you never how you can fly. 'Cause you never really know how hard you can try. And even though I'm miles away, I'll come along with you every day. I'll hold you up and show you the way. I'll take your pain and stand up and say, I'll lead you through the dark, I'll be with you every step of the way. 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 Season 1, Episode 19, live at Chance's house. How's everybody doing out there? Welcome to the backyard. Hey, so I just wanted to touch base with everyone real quick. Tonight's show is going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to be able to get on as much as I'd like to.
Just in complete transparency, I've been dealing with some back issues, and to sit up and make the whole thing happen and get on and do everything else is going to be a little bit problematic. I've been working on it for the last couple of days, but I'm doing my best just to stand, much less sit anywhere. Anyway, I wanted to reach out and give you guys a quick update on what's going on, and we're going to still have a little bit of fun. I did edit another video, so I've got another edition of the Roadhouse. It's going to get into a little bit more depth about the business side and kind of how this whole Spotify thing's worked for me and how it can work for others. And then we're also going to play a few videos. I might dig into the grab bag of Bad Karma video blogs or something else that's out there. But I wanted to give you a quick update as well on our friend Trent Adams. He's got some doctor's appointments lined up. He's getting in to get the initial set of treatments that he needs. And once again, I want to thank everyone and appreciate everyone. I appreciate everyone for all of the donations they've made so far. Ultimately, we've got a lot of work to do. I still need another $6,000, and I'm working on getting the auction together. I still have to get my comic books graded. It's proving difficult to get that done, but I've got some donation items, obviously. So thank you, Lee, for your contribution that you're going to be putting in. We'll get that together and figure it out. We're probably going to have to do this next weekend. I've got some items that friend Jim Jones is putting out there from J2 Leather Designs. He's made some cool stuff that he dropped off for me today at my office that I'll pick up tomorrow. And then, whatever else we can come out between now and then. I know that Sharon said that she's going to, donate a haircut maybe too. And we've got some t-shirts and other stuff we're going to do. So just anything we can do to help. I mean, it may not be a lot, but it's going to be enough that, if someone really wants something and they don't feel like they just want to donate, they want to get something out of it too, that's great. Then this might work out well. So, last total, we were still around, $5,300 on the GoFundMe page. That doesn't include the almost $800 in private donations that have gone through directly to Trent. So we're right at 6. Need another 6 to go. It's okay. Hey, this is going to be something I'm going to promote for the rest of the month, and I just want to have an opportunity to keep pushing it and, showing the love and showing the support. I also wanted to give a quick shout out, and I've shared another GoFundMe page, which, by the way, a couple of people have donated to, and I really appreciate it. But my good friend Mike Batson is home from the hospital. If you guys saw me post that link on my page or on the Music by Chance page, you'd see that he also had a page that was set up for him. He is dealing with a rare form of cancer called multiple myeloma, and he basically has spent the last 2 weeks in the hospital, and they pretty much killed his entire immune system. They killed all the bone marrow in his body. He had already gone in to get some of his own taken out so it can be regrown and transplanted back into his body, which is what they're really doing now. He spent the last 2 weeks in quarantine at a hospital so that he wouldn't get sick, and now he's going to be spending the next 3 months basically at home, convalescing and getting better, and letting his immune system catch back up again with the bone marrow regrowth and everything that's going to happen. It's a form of cancer that can actually be sustainable. It's something that he can live through, and his prognosis is very good. But it's also something that's really hard. I mean, when you have to face the C word, and you don't know what that looks like, you don't know, how it's going to react with your body. And I mean, this is something that's personal to me, which is why I'm such an advocate for it. I wanted to just make sure that I said his name out loud, direct you to his GoFundMe page, which I'll post back up on Facebook. And if you guys feel the need and you can share that, and if you can donate, I would certainly appreciate that too, because he's a good friend in need, and someone I've also known for a lot of years. And it just sucks, and on top of it, you got to deal with the freaking pandemic. So listen, live at Chance's house, it's the currently the backyard edition, but just wanted to give you some updates on some of the fundraising that we're doing, because this is turning into be much bigger than me, and I'm very grateful for all the friends, family, and support that we've garnered over the short time we've been doing this. I've been going back and looking at different videos and different things, and since its inception. But I will tell you this, is that every episode of Live at Chance's House, 1 through 18 so far, is posted on YouTube. If you want to go back and have a good laugh, because if you watch the first at least 5 episodes, you'll see that it was quite comical. Other than that, we're going to continue to post them up. If I can put them up live as well, I will. But if you go to youtube.com/video by chance, you should be able to find it if you want to go backtrack any old videos. With that said, we're going to jump into the next segment, the Roadhouse with Chance and Dell. It's going to be something we do every couple of weeks or so, talking about music. This one's going to be particularly interesting. I hope you guys enjoy it, but it's basically talking about inside the Spotify world and what's going on. It was a couple of weeks ago when we actually filmed it to begin with, so just to give you a quick update, every step has gone to 92,000 listens on Spotify. I've got about 26,000 active listeners. It's been amazing. And you'll see more details of exactly how that went about and what's going on when you watch the segment with me and Dell. Other than that, hope you guys enjoy. I'll be jumping on the chat, so I'll be available and around. And any comments, questions, concerns, you want to just rap with me, whatever that may be, I'm going to be kind of hanging out and laying low for tonight and not moving around a whole lot and maybe taking a lot of Advil. You guys have a great Sunday, and we'll catch up with you after the show briefly, and all is well. Thanks, guys.
Talk about your Spotify. How was the whole experience? Because you're the first of us, and then the circle that we know that's been successful with it. Is that the way that bands that are creating music, creating their own music, is that the route they have to go these days? I mean, it's not an option. You can do radio and stuff, but it seems like Spotify you have to do now. Would you agree with that? What did you experience?
So at this point, after I've been through what I've been through, I think the best word I have for it is a necessary evil. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I think that it's great, because what a handy way to quickly put a link or to get someone to see something or whatever it may be. For me personally, making music and letting people listen to it, I'm okay with that. If, I'm not trying to do this to get rich. When I put every step out, I did that from my soul, from my heart. That meant something to me. And I've been rewarded and paid back 100-fold from people who DM me or message me or whatever, saying that song impacted my life today.
Right.
Now, from a business standpoint, the whole thing is bullshit.
Right.
Because here's how it works. What is there? 7 major music companies? Is there 7? I think there's 7.
Yeah.
They control and own, even though Spotify is a publicly traded company, and even though they are in their own wheelhouse and doing their thing, 95% of the playlists of the billions, by the way, of listeners and hundreds of millions of playlists that are available, 90 to 95% of them are owned by the 7 major record labels. So if you're going to get a song out and you're going to want to do it without having to spend a bunch of money for marketing, getting on a playlist is very difficult to do. And you're never going to make a mainstream playlist unless you know how to work a few tricks. And a few tricks is, how do you get your song on enough playlists to then get noticed by the Spotify algorithm? If you can do that and you land on, say, like a New Music Daily, or you land on a random algorithm type based playlist that pops up on someone's feed and then they're listening to you and it becomes an organic presence on Spotify, then you can do something well. And that's the part that I haven't quite gotten to yet, but some of it has. So no doubt, and I have no secrets to hide, because I've shared this with other musicians that have asked me, hey, so how is it that you've got over 65,000 plays of this song that you put out 2.5 months ago? Because I paid for it. The first 2 weeks I paid for it. I didn't know how else to do it, because it's almost like this black hole of, where do you get the information? Well, then I started digging more, and then I found a book, and then I read some articles, and I realized that you don't have to pay for it. So as a matter of fact, they're telling you more and more nowadays that it's a great way to get started, but don't sink a lot of money into it, because you're not going to get any more payback from it. And that's a true statement. Now, I would say without fail, the first 10,000 hits I got, I paid for those. No doubt. Not even going to lie. But what it did, though, is it opened up more things, connections through social media, people going, wow, your song's got 10,000 hits. It's almost like it becomes its own marketing.
Right.
And then people get interested and go, oh, wow, well, he must be doing something. Or if someone sees it on a list and they go, wait a minute, hold on, this song is number 58, but it's got this many plays. What's going on? So the organic part of it did build. And it took a solid 45 days. After I got to 30,000 hits, I got to 30 to 50 faster than I did the first 30.
Wow.
So the second 30 has happened in the last, I'd have to go back and look exactly, but I'm almost positive the last 30,000 hits have come in the last 3.5 weeks. And it took me 2 months to get to the first 30.
Good.
So now, and I know why too, because I put this on a post on Instagram. In the analytics page, you can look, and I actually got picked up twice by the Spotify algorithm, and it played me on a list. Now, it doesn't tell me how long, and it doesn't tell me which list it was, because they won't. But it does say on my Spotify for Artists page that your song was picked up by 2 algorithm playlists, and that's, I think, what happened. So it started to get bigger. Now, here's what the other side of that is that active listeners, how many people are following you is completely different than active listeners. So I believe I have 850 followers. They went, bloop, yep.
Right.
I want to see what he's got. I'm going to come back and check him out when he puts the next thing out.
Right.
But I have currently, as of today, I have 24,000 active listeners, which means they came by and played my song for at least 15 seconds.
Wow.
So what's happened is that it went way up. It got to like 32,000. And then after 30 days, whoop, went back down, because you're only an active listener for 1 month at a time. So then in order to gain back those listeners, they would have to come back in the next month to listen again, to be a listener again. Otherwise they go away.
Right.
So what happens is that this is why they tell you singles are the way to go, because people, one, are finicky, and 2, they get bored easily. So if you put a whole record out and then all of a sudden the whole record explodes and you get, let's say, 50,000 active listeners, if they don't come back a month later, then you don't have them anymore.
Right.
So then you're dependent on whether or not people are going to stream it continuously, put it in a playlist, and continuously listen to it. And you hope that they might go to iTunes or Google Play to go purchase the album, which doesn't happen very often either. So like I get a weekly update from iTunes, and I literally get 7 hits a week of people who went to iTunes to listen to it. And some of them buy and some of them don't. So if you go on a 30-day cycle and you put out a single every 30 days, you maintain your active listenership, because that means they just got notified in their feed, hey, Chance Munsterman, RDO, whoever band just released something.
Gotcha.
And that's what my research has found to me up to this point. And so I do have some cool tools, though. I kind of know who to call. And some of the playlists that I've been on already, I know the curators now.
Right.
And so I can go back and say, hey, I got a new song. Can you put me on? And they'll say, yeah, because your last song did pretty well. And now I'm kind of tested and tried and true. But it is a lot of work, and it requires, in my personal opinion, way more effort than I think the overall grand scheme of things would be, because unless I get a playlist algorithm that puts me on for 30 days, there's no way I'm going to end up with 1 million hits on anything that I put out, because I'm not on a major label. And I think that's the truth. Now, can it happen? Yes, it can happen, because there's people that are doing it. They're independent artists, but they work like crazy, getting on playlists and sending out emails and direct messaging. And I just, quite frankly, I don't have time to do all of that.
Do you think I mean, we've talked about this kind of, we've started RDO Records. Do you think it's important in this day and age? Like you said, there's only 7 major, really, record labels, just like in film. You got to look at MGM. MGM is a bank. They're a distribution house. They may produce films in-house, but they're really just distribution. That's, you know, I've sat in their offices, I've been in their conference rooms, and they've passed out the books of what they did that year. They're a distribution house. So if you're somebody that's wanting to create, do you want to put your product into something where you're going to be swallowed up with everybody else? Going to Sony Records or Geffen or AMI or any of the others? Or would it be better to join into a smaller label and work with all those artists, going out and promoting and putting on your own events? I mean, what would you tell, you know, a young artist that's starting out? You know, what about a label? What about, you know, pitching? Do we need to go to Nashville? You know, would you tell some of the guys that we see that don't have anything, but they don't have the support that we do, hey, you know, you might need to go to Nashville? Or is that really not important to them, important to get this going?
So I've talked to a couple of different people that are doing kind of the same thing I am, and they've got different perspectives. So the, you know, 23-year-old guy that I talked to 3 weeks ago, Xavier Valdez, his style's different, but man, all he wants to do is get into a position where people at a live show are singing his songs back to him. That's what he cares about. Right. The guys out in Kentucky, they were a cover band for years. Now they're putting out original stuff, but they've amassed a pretty solid following. So they're getting actually a lot more traction because they've been doing it for a while and then introduced their audience, and they kind of have a built-in thing. So they're capitalizing on that. If you're talking about a new artist that's coming out first time and they have no idea where to go or what to do, could something like RDO Records, which we're trying to put together, could it be helpful? And the answer is yes, because one, they can save time because they're not going to know where to start. But two, I think that if you're going to be an independent artist and make money doing it, if you want to be if you want to quit your day job and do all that, can you do that as an independent artist? And the answer is yes. But I think it also requires, a solid regional presence. And so that starts with putting together and networking with other bands locally and going, hey, what are you doing? And can we open for you? And can we do this? And you guys want to go do a quick three city thing over the weekend, and we'll go play here, here, and here. And I think the real money, just like artists are seeing nowadays that are even major label artists, they make money on tour. They make money on records. They make money on merchandising. And if they're going to be in a business, because streaming, and to this day, even still, piracy and free everything is so prevalent that making money on the actual song itself is not possible. Yeah. Sorry, let me back up. It's possible if you get the major label, but what's the major label doing? They're the bank. They're putting millions of dollars into you. So guess what? They got to get their millions of dollars back, and then you get a cut from that. Oh yeah. Which is lucrative. Make no mistake. Bands that even hit one-hit wonders can make millions of dollars, but it's not sustainable. So what are we doing? Do you have a brand? Do you have a presence with others? Do you have a network of people that can put together a show and bring together almost a community in a region to make that the thing? Now, I'm not an expert and I don't know all the answers, but based on the research that I'm seeing, you know, building that audience, having a local following, and we've talked about this, getting a core of 50 people that go, I like everything that they do. Then they tell their friends, and then it's 100. And then next thing you know, maybe you've got a couple thousand people that dig you. And so I can tell you right now, if we could put out a single and had 2,000 people that were willing to go to iTunes to say, yep, I'm clicking on that because I like them and it doesn't matter what, I'm going to buy it. Right. Quick math, I think $2,000 equates to, I believe it's a 1.25 million plays on Spotify. So how the hell do you do that? Well, all you're going to do is sink money into Spotify to try and make that number ever happen. Right. And I think that's when I say necessary evil. You have to have it. You need the exposure. But I think it's a great marketing tool for independent artists. I don't think that it should ever be looked at as a revenue stream because it's just never going to be. Yeah.
I think you're right. I mean, that was, you know, the bands that I've played and toured with, that was something, you know, some of them were original, you know, in the fact of they had their own labels, and that was the only reason we played out. that was where we, you know, the writers made their money back and invested in the album, was us playing out. You know, they made the door and, you know, whatever else, and we got paid, you know, our scale for the day. That's where they made their money. They're, you know, if, you know, Brad Paisley, how many albums would he sell, you know, at a 10,000 people at a concert? How many albums is he going to sell that night? I mean, in this day and age, probably not a lot. He probably sold a shitload of T-shirts, koozies, underwear, you know, that kind of stuff. It's like you said, it's the merchandising, but really he's making money from people coming to see him.
Yeah, the ticket
and
sales.
I think that the ticket sales, and I think that, you know, you're dead right, and that's what's got to be important. You know, for young guys coming up, network with, and they don't have to be. I tell you something that's interesting. You know, Heidi and I were listening to some music, and there's these girls out of, I'll probably get this wrong, I think they were out of North Carolina, South Carolina. They were this bluegrass, and it was freaking amazing. And I'm like, I got to find somebody like that here in Texas and have them play with us, because people that are going to like our music, they like the passion. You know what? They're not liking the music because of the drum beat. They're not liking the music because we're playing bass leads or any of that. They like it because the words, the stories, and that's what our songs have. And so to find guys that are doing a style that may not be the driving rock like we are, but bluegrass, you know, and have them play. And that way you get your audience, you know, will say, hey, you know what, we got to see this and this and this, and blues or whatever. But I think you're dead right. I think having networking, you know, with other groups, tying together, hey, let's go hit these places, and the three bands that play together. I think that's a key.
It is. And then the second factor of that is that, you know, how much do we, and if we're being honest, how much do we really expect that we can see as a result? So we think about the band being something we love to do, but we think about it being a business as well. So if we think about it being a business as well, how much can we do, and can it sustain, in our case, can it sustain 5 guys? And, you know, I got to be honest, for me, it's difficult to see that that's ever going to be anything. Not that we can't do it. I'm not saying we can't. What I'm saying is that I'm even thinking a year out from now, 2 years out from now, we get on a couple of festival bills, we start playing here, we start playing there. You know, I would love that. I want to play live in front of people, and I want them to hear what we have to do. But I also know that in order to have a sustainable income, you know, the 5 of us ain't getting in a van and driving around Texas to go play places. And even if we did, there's no way in hell we're making 10 grand a night playing at bars where we can each make what, after production cost, gas and hotel and everything else, because it's ridiculously expensive to go on the road. You know, we might make 500 a week, you know, then we're not home. We don't see our wives and our kids and our family. And then what the hell are we doing? So I think that what you and I have been talking about, building a brand, building the music, networking with people, putting together events, having all of the things that would do something where it becomes more than just about RDO. It becomes about almost like a way of life, like a, you've used the word lifestyle, you know, it's like a lifestyle where, hey, we're doing this, and it's guys and girls hanging out, and we're having fun, and we're doing things. And it's not dependent on, we need to go do a 50 city tour, because I can tell you straight up, I know I can count on my hand right now, five people that are close to me that have been on tour and been on successful tours. And you've done it, you know, that have gone out and done that stuff. And unless you're, you know, major opening act, even then, you know, you're not bringing in any kind of major cash unless you've got something else going on besides just playing out. And I think that's what, for me though, is here's where it comes down to, is I've been playing in a cover band for 15 plus years. And I love playing at every place I ever played. And even the ones where we were playing in front of ketchup bottles. And I have, that's a true story. But the reason why I did it was because I loved it. And I always told the guys in the band that I will continue to do this until the day I'm not having fun. And if I can't have fun doing it, then it's not worth it to me. So what can we do where we have fun? yep, can we still have a sustainable side hustle and maybe we can make a little money? Sure. I think that would be great. And it's the ultimate goal for everyone. But what are we really thinking about, and how long does that take, and what is the outlook? And I think those are the questions that you and I still have to hash out and try and figure out, well, what are we really doing, and what other ideas can we come up with? And I really liked over the last 30 to 45 days, you and I hashing out like, so what about this? And,
Right.
hey, who have you networked with today? And what are you talking about with these people? And I think that
Right.
that's where it not only becomes fun, interesting, and, intriguing to see what are we going to be doing 12 months from now.
Yeah. So part of our idea of marketing and making this a lifestyle is we've created these characters.
Yeah.
We've created Eli and
Mhm.
Doc
Yep.
and Mary Murphy, and Heidi made for herself.
Yep.
And we're gonna, she's creating these other characters. We're gonna have like a whole city, a whole village of these characters, and they're gonna appear in different places.
Sure.
There's some guys. There's Paul Cotton is a guy. He's a Texas guy. Amazing stuff. Dave Alvin, out of Austin. There's guys putting out stuff they've been playing for a while, and they're still having fun with it. They're enjoying it, and they're putting out new things all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as long as you're having fun with it, when it becomes a chore and work, then you have to go back and think, okay, I want to keep doing this.
Absolutely. And that's one of the greatest things for me. And I will say hands down, knowing Brian, having you guys as part of my circle now, and me being part of RDO, hasn't just been about RDO for me. It's been a creativity boom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm writing songs now again, and that I haven't picked up my guitar to write a song in 5 years. Well, besides Every Step, I wrote that, but I wrote that song one and done in 15 minutes. Right. But everything that I've got going on now has got me thinking creatively, and what can I do? I mean, hell, Live at Chance's house it started off as just me playing on a freaking iPhone, and now it's turned into a whole production where we're doing we're doing videos, and I did the Sunday show the other day, and I didn't even get on at all. Like, I just said, hey everyone, let's watch some videos. I have enough content at this point that I've recorded that I could do the show without even being on live.
Right.
So that's fun for me. Like, I'm producing something, and look at me, check me out, and all of a sudden it's like, I'm kind of getting into a whole new game that I never thought I could get into. And it's drawing attention. It's fun because it's entertaining, one, for others, but I like doing it and I'm having fun doing it.
Right.
All right, everyone. So we're wrapping up another interview with my good friend and brother from Red Dirt Outlaws, Delano Bryant. Hey, Del, I really appreciate you giving us some more time and talking about it. This is fun. I love doing the part where it just becomes an organic conversation and there's not really a lot of questions.
Oh, yeah.
We've covered a lot. We've talked about music. We've talked about, what our future looks like with the band, and just styles of what we've done over the years. And I've actually learned a lot about you. So this has been great because it's given us another opportunity to connect. And I really appreciate that. So Thanks for being a part of it.
Thank you. Thanks for doing this. It's really good.
Season 1, episode 19. Hey, that just wrapped up our segment of the Roadhouse with Delano Bryant. Hope you enjoyed that. Just a little interesting insight of how this whole Spotify thing works, and kind of been the journey for what I've been going through over the last 3 or 4 months. So currently the single is sitting at right around 92,000 plays, and it just keeps going. So I'm excited that it's picked up some of that organic growth that we talked about in the video. Anyway, more shenanigans to come. Season 1, episode 19, live at Chance's house. We'll see you in a bit.
Happy birthday to you, as sung by the Westminster Bell Choir. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday to you.
Hey everyone, just wanted to show you something. It's going to be a preview for what's to come in the next couple of weeks on Live at Chance's house. We're going to revisit an interview that I had with my friend Blue Sanders out of Nashville. If you guys recall, a couple of weeks ago we got to watch that interview. He's a singer-songwriter, is a PA for Miranda Lambert, a lot of different things that he's done from the music side, but he's also an author and he's also a photographer, and we're going to be talking about that coming up soon. I wanted to preview a quick video of his book and what that looks like. It's actually really interesting. It's a really interesting concept, and I'm looking forward to reading it. So hope you guys enjoy.
I thought I left West Texas for good. But sometimes things just don't end up like you think they will. At 35, I came home to care for my dying father and to fix a car. Maybe even to fix myself. My father got the 41 when I was 2 years old. He took it into the backyard, he took it apart, and he never put it back together again. My father was diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease in 2006. When I came home to take care of him in 2010, I decided to take the car out of the garage and put it back together again, and race to take him for a ride before he died. The 41 is a story about a father and son. It's a story about coming home. It's a story about love. It's a story about finishing what you start. And it's a story about a terminal disease and coping with that terminal disease, all wrapped up in the story about a car. A 1941 Chevrolet Special Deluxe.
Hey everyone, I'm going to show you guys a couple of demo videos that I made. A few of them are going to be from songs that I've done, just kind of how the recording process for me happens. Usually it's grab a guitar, play some chords, and start doing some lyrics. And then the other one's going to be a song that's going to be on the upcoming RDO album. It's actually just an acoustic version, but I had to change it up a little bit and do some things with it. And thought I'd give you guys a preview. Talk to you soon. All right, I want to repurpose this song and make it a little bit different. We're going to make the music the same, maybe speed it up. Where Eagles Fly.
As I fly through the air, I see the world below me. I can see love in the air, but the terror of evil haunts me. As I fly through the ocean, a couple with hair's graying are holding hands on the beach as the ocean breaks upon their feet. Where can I fly to now? As I fly over the air, I see the people's faces on the freeway. Car stop, and there's one more tragedy. Where can I fly to now? As I fly over the forest, looking for my perch, I'm swept by pain that could not cease. As I die, I see the tree lines getting closer. I see two people smoking away, laughing at me. Laughing at me. Where eagles fly, it's peaceful. Once invaded, it will never ever come to an end. Come to an end. Where eagles fly. Where eagles fly.
All right, gonna repurpose this song. Let's see. So this is like it's not D, but it's like an A and D at the same time. So first finger, second fret, third string, and then ring finger, third finger on the second string of the third fret. So it's basically a walk down. Very similar to that, but not quite. All right. Maybe we'll try with the D. Start with D and just do the walk down.
Oh baby, I hate to see you go. It's terrible out there. Storm front's moving in. Wish it would end. How was I supposed to know you run to tragedy? Forgive me, I should never let you go. I wish you were here with me. Sarah, baby, don't you know what you meant to me? I don't think I did everything I could. Should have stayed in bed with me. I just won't forgive myself. I want you here with me. Sarah, baby, you don't know what you meant to me. Sarah, you brought me shelter whenever it rained. Thought about into my life, that's just not me. I have to go on just a thought, what you did to me. It's making me so crazy. What am I gonna do? I don't think I can go on without loving you. Sarah, baby, you don't know what you meant to me. Sarah, you brought me shelter whenever it rained. Sarah, you brought me shelter whenever it rained. Sarah, baby, don't you know oh what you meant to me? I see the world through the eyes of a child. I run to the space of loneliness, and I watch the sunrise as I feel the wind through my hair on a bike going nowhere. Well, I see the world through the eyes of a child. Cast a shadow on the wall. I see a tree with you underneath, smiling all alone. Well, I see the world through the eyes of a child. Running down the street, never know who you meet, just to get that one last look at you, wondering how you do. how you do. Life goes on, but we get along. Some grow up, some are still alone. Well, I'm at the age when I had to grow up, but I keep in mind where I come from. I see the world through the eyes of a child, going places I've never been before. And now you go with me. I can't complain, 'cause I know you'll be there with love. I see the world through the eyes of a child, run to the space of loneliness, and I watch the sunrise as I feel the wind through my hair, on a bike going nowhere. Mama, she trembled underneath the breath. She said trouble is back in town. Daughter, he lives on the wrong side of right. I knew his daddy, I don't want him around. Well, I'm a chip off the uplock, and you know that I'm proud to say I'm from a long line of long shots. I got one foot in jail, there's a hound on my trail, but I'm free and I'm staying that way. So woman, don't try and chain me. Living is just my game. I'm gonna roll in thunder, a step ahead of the hurricane. My daddy was wanted in 7 counties. I'm wanted in only one. I'm the evidence of a man on the run. Baby, I'm the son of a smoking gun. Your mama, she calls him a no count. Oh, but he wasn't looking for praise. Don't try and tell me you don't count in the eyes of the stormy rage. I'm gonna go down gambling, chasing every ace I see. Ain't nobody gonna tell me that I'm good for nothing. I'm telling you something, I'm raising hell for him and me. So woman, don't try and chain me. Living is just my game. I'm gonna roll in thunder, a step ahead of the hurricane. My daddy was wanted in 7 counties. I'm wanted in only one. I'm the evidence of a man on the run. Baby, I'm the son of a smoking gun. Oh yeah, son of a smoking gun. I'm son of a smoking gun. I'm son of a gun, they call me the one, proud of what I've become. I'm the evidence of a man on the run. I'm a son of a smoking gun. So woman, don't try and chain me. Living is just my game. I'm gonna roll in thunder, step ahead of the hurricane. My daddy was wanted in 7 counties. I'm wanted sober man on the road, and baby, I'm a sober smoking gun. I'm a sober smoking gun. Oh, I'm a sober smoking gun. Sober smoking gun. I'm awake, listening to the rain, wondering if you're doing the same. Or are you in the middle of a dream? Well, I hope it's something sweet. It's long, cold nights like this I think about when you left last summer. And I wonder, do you sleep? Do you cry? Do you go through every day without the love of your life? Do you know that I wonder about you all the time? And I wonder if you wonder about me. Are you on the side of bed, fluff a pillow with your pretty head? Remember staying up all night, making sweet plans for the rest of our lives, then getting tangled up, rolling around, making love like thunder. And I wonder, do you sleep? Do you cry? Do you go through every day without the love of your life? Do you know that I wonder about you all the time? And I wonder if you wonder about me. Wonder if I pick up the phone, would you smile when you heard my voice? Or if I asked, would you come home? Yeah, I wonder. Do you sleep? Do you cry? Do you go through every day without the love of your life? Do you know that I wonder about you all the time? Baby, please make me try to show you how I wanna make things right. Do you know that I wonder about you all the time? And I wonder if you wonder about me. Yeah, do you wonder about me? Ooh, do you wonder about me? I'm awake, listen to the rain, wondering if you're doing the same.
And a 1, 2, 3.
Come on! Mercy fought her own kind of war, and the ghost kept knocking at her door, and she found herself at the bottom of a glass. She was on her knees down in the mud when her hand reached out. Your trouble and I'm it. Every guy here wants you, every woman wants you to leave, and I like that. and your tattoos, and the feel of your lips on my ear when you whisper, buy me the whiskey. Well, come on. Well, it's on.
Are we still on Saturday?
Your trouble, and I'm it. Every guy here wants you, every woman wants you to leave. And I like that, and your tattoos, and the feel of your lips on my ear when you whisper, buy me the whiskey. Come on. Well, it's on. Bet your hands like a candy apple red Corvette, burning up the corner mile. You got me all revved up, red line girl, that little black dress is driving me wild. I wanna take you for a spin with the top down window and honey, let's get out of this place. Oh, look at you, girl, with all them girls, and me with no brakes. Have mercy, I wanna make this last. But every little thing about you makes me wanna slam my foot on the gas. Oh, whoa. Baby, let's go. I bet you hang like a candy up the red Corvette, burning up the corner mile. You got me all revved up, red line girl, that little black dress is driving me wild. I wanna take you for a spin with the top down window, let's get out of this place. Oh, look at you, girl, with all them birds, and me with gold. Yes, so come on. I bet you handle like a candy apple red Corvette, burning up the corner mile. You got me all red up, red line girl, that little black dress is driving me wild. I wanna take you for a spin with the top down window, and honey, let's get out of this place. Oh, look at you, girl, with all them curves, all them curves, and we would know. On a cobweb afternoon in a room full of emptiness by freeway, I confess I was lost in the pages of a book full of death, reading how we'll die alone. If we're good, we'll lay to rest anywhere we want to go. In your house, I long to be. Room by room, patiently I'll wait for you there. Like a stone, I'll wait for you there, and on my deathbed, I will pray to the gods and the angels like a pagan, to anyone who will take me to heaven, to a place I recall. I was there so long ago. The sky was bruised, the wine was bled, and there you led me on. In your house, I long to be. Room by room, patiently I'll wait for you there. Like a stone, I'll wait for you there. No, not real, till the day was gone, and I sat in regret of all the things I've done, for all that I've blessed and all that I've wronged, in dreams until my death. I will wander on. In your house, I long to be. Room by room, patiently I'll wait for you there. Like a stone, I'll wait for you there. Alone, alone.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in for another Sunday show. Season 1, Episode 19 has come to a close. And I just wanted to say thank you for everyone who stopped by and give another couple of quick shout outs. First off, the GoFundMe page for Trent Adams' Give to Live, Live to Win campaign. You can find it on GoFundMe. You can also see it on my pages and all the pages, including Joe's Tavern and Grill, music by Chance, the Bad Karma page, wherever else you might find. Quick shout out also again, as a reminder, my friend Mike Batson, you can find his GoFundMe page on my sites as well. Just give him some good thoughts and prayers. He's home now and things are gonna get better, and I know that he's looking forward to a long and happy life, that this is gonna be successful. So much love to you, Mike, much love to you, Trent. Thank you as always to all the guys at Joe's Tavern and Grill. I appreciate you guys very much and everything that you do. Being such great friends, supporters, fans, and ultimately brothers and sisters over there at Joe's, I couldn't ask for anything more. For more information about the band RDO or Red Dirt Outlaws, go to rdoband.com. And for all things Music by Chance, you can go to musicbychance.com or Instagram at musicbychance. Guys, have a great night. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey. It's been a lot of fun, and I'll be back on the mend for Thursday night, and we'll get back to some live music and having a little bit of fun. Until then, you guys be safe, be good. Peace. As a I'm starving, got flies in my eyes. My stomach is empty, and it's no surprise. I'm weak, I don't need a drink. I just need some food, and I need it now. Education, I'm too far away. Families who pretend to care and just send money. Oh, what can I buy? Well, it's no good to me. I just need some food, and I would need it I'm starving, 'cause you can't build a farm in the desert. Don't you try real hard.